Don't want that.
Hello.
Hello and good evening, everybody. Let me just get you up on there as well. Ooh, get you up. Get up on there and I can see who's there. All right. Let's just turn the volume down. Right, there we go. Okay, I can see any questions and stuff that come in here as well. So, how is everybody? And the picture Wayne and I took and put up on there.
Sorry?
I was just saying, did everybody like the picture we put up?
Oh, I put it up first off in 3D, and for some unknown reason, Facebook have decided to brighten the picture up. I'm a bit confused of why they did that, and I thought maybe it's just a glitch with my phone. Well, I tried it with every device, and it did the same thing. As soon as you put it into 3D, it brightens the picture up. So I'm like, no, all right, we'll remove the 3D then.
Bit weird. For those of you who don't know, it was my youngest daughter Taylor's wedding, and we went down to the wedding at Hertfordshire, and we stopped off the next day and we drove down to see Wayne and Ellen, and had dinner with them and everything, and then drove our merry way, bucked all the way up to North Yorkshire, and I'm still bloody knackered now. So
got moaned at for not making enough boiled eggs.
Who did?
I did.
Who by?
Tamsin and Ellen.
Yeah,
Chloe wanted another boiled egg. Tamsin wanted boiled eggs. Ellen moaned because she didn't get any boiled eggs. I'm like, I did 8.
I think it was Tamsin and Freddie that were going.
Tamsin didn't eat any. Chloe had 2.
Chloe. It was Chloe.
Yeah, but I had one in here because it broke.
Yeah, which is fair enough. So in essence, then you had 3.
I tried to use my fangled new egg slicer, only it didn't work. So it was a good job I only paid 59p for it.
Yeah, but I can use it for cutting onions.
When do we ever cut onions?
I need to, because I need to start adding them into my bolognese.
So anyway, how is everybody? How's everybody out there in Facebook land and YouTube land? Let's put a comment in. Hello, everybody. I can see you all now. Hello, March from Connecticut in the USA. Hi, Joe. Hi, Irene. And hi, everybody else. Nice to see you here tonight. What did we do? Last week we had Dave on, didn't we? Was it Dave?
Sorry. Yeah.
Zoning out. It's the drugs. We had Dave on last week. We're going to continue with our part 2 of the Appalachian Trail Boogie Monsters tonight. And we have got a couple of more guests coming up in the next few weeks. Actually, funny enough, Glenn Richardson messaged me and said, "Can I be a guest on your show?" So he knows his stuff about paranormal and UFOs and things. So we'll get him on in a few weeks as well. You've got somebody who wants to come on as well, haven't you?
I've got a few, actually, but I can't remember who they were. That's the medicines, I tell you. It's the drugs.
Lois wants to come on as well, so we'll get Lois on at some point as well.
It's my illness. I can't help it.
The Viagra. Is it the Viagra again?
Oh, I wish.
You don't need it.
Oh, did you hear that whisper in the background?
What was that?
Ellen goes, "You don't need it."
Ladies and gentlemen, ignore him. He's a pervert. Right. Just 1 second. Hello.
What? Me?
My glamorous assistant here. My gorgeous missus. Hang on. Say hello.
Hello.
Oh, and there's Ellen. Ellen went, hello.
Hello, Ellen.
Hi.
I just grew a second head then.
Oh, and Joe said hey as well. It got stuck in his neck and now he has a stiff neck. Dear, oh dear. Oh yeah, you and that bloody nun. I bet you get Ellen to dress up like that.
In his dreams.
Sorry. My latest craze is doing diamond paintings, and so I'm doing horror ones.
You see what I have to work with?
See? It passes the time away.
Funnily enough, my missus was doing one for me. It was Boba Fett.
Wasn't it? Was
Oh no, it's Baby Yoda. Yeah.
I haven't forgotten.
But
Ah.
yeah, it's a good stress reliever.
I can think of a few things else that are as well.
Well, there is, but it's got to be. You've got to make sure that it doesn't involve waking the kids up.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yes, Joe, I could. There is a company that I can contact that will do Dark Mirror logo and a Spookanori logo onto a diamond painting.
Oh, and Rita in Japan says hello to your missus for me.
Hello, Rita in Japan.
So, what's that? You want to do a Dark Mirror or Spookanori picture and diamond it?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, I've got a company that can do them. I've got a company that did one of Queen Elizabeth for me. If I can find it. It's this one, isn't it?
Get the alien head done. You can get those stress balls. Yeah, we know you can get stress balls. That's why Wayne's got so many kids. Oh, yeah.
He's got that one done. And it comes with all of the diamonds.
Rita's in Japan, yeah. I'm sure she is. Hang on. I might talking out my backside. Hang on. Rita, where are you? No, you're not in Japan. I'm talking out my backside, aren't I? Rita, where are you?
USA.
Ah, right. There you go.
Irene's in Japan.
That's it. Irene's in Japan. Told you, I'm absolutely knackered from the last few days.
The drugs have kicked in.
God, absolutely hungover. And if anybody would like to see what my daughter looked like with her bridesmaids, there you go. That was my youngest daughter. Right, I suppose we better start on this part 5 in a minute. Just for those of you who have no idea what we did, we're going to start doing top 10 lists of all scary shit like that. And we got halfway through the Appalachian Trail cryptids, didn't we? Now you've got to have more. What are you on about, Eric? So yeah, we got halfway through, and now we're going to finish off that one tonight, and then we may do something more with UFOs or whatever. I do not want any more children. I've got 2 daughters and 4 grandchildren, and I think Wayne's trying for his own 5-a-side tribe. I'm not sure.
Hell no. No.
I've been told I'm not.
No.
Yeah, I've just been told I'm not having any kids.
I'm going to be Ellen's chief eunuch.
Oh, you're going to have the same operation I did?
I've got to do something. It's either that or 2 bricks.
I'll do it with 2 bricks.
Do you know what? I watched Saw 10 before I came on here tonight. And that guy, whoever wrote the Saw films, has got one twisted mind.
Saw 10?
Yeah.
Jesus. I stopped watching them at 5.
Saw 10 is set between Saw 1 and 2. They've jumped back. They jump backwards.
No, I stopped watching it at 5.
I will honestly say that it was a very good film. I really enjoyed it. Because it's a bit like watching the Star Wars films. You know, you sit there and you watch A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and then all of a sudden there's these other films that piece things together.
Well, there's so many more coming out now, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, you find it's like you watch Star Wars up to Return of the Jedi, and then you say to yourself, "Well, how did Anakin turn over to the dark side?" So along comes these 3 other films that explain how Anakin becomes Darth Vader and how the Clone Wars began and the Empire increased. And then you get these little standalone films that pop up in between, which explains what happens with other characters in the other bigger films. And you're like, right, okay. Fair enough.
What was awesome in the Star Wars world was the Book of Boba Fett. That was absolutely awesome.
I did enjoy that.
The Mandalorian. I'm not going to say anything about The Mandalorian because I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't caught up with it. But The Mandalorian, there's
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about the new one. I've watched the first couple of episodes of the new one. I'm not too sure on it at the moment. So,
which one's that? Ashoka.
I'm not too sure about that one at the moment. I'm still warming up to it.
Well, it's me and Star Wars. I mean, yeah. It's upside down, but there you go. Yeah. Oh, right. Shall we start with this?
Anyway. Yes. As we are 10 minutes late.
Yeah. Do you want to do the Bell End Witch? We stayed in the Bell Inn, didn't we? The Bell Hotel, 16th century coaching house, wasn't it? With all beams and stuff, and wall sockets that were falling out the walls and cocking up our reservation and everything. But anyway, I'm not bitter. Carry on, mate.
Anyway, the Bell Witch haunting. The Bell Witch is a legendary ghost or spirit from the folklore of Tennessee. According to the legend, the Bell Witch was an evil entity that haunted the Bell family in the early 19th century. The Bell Witch is said to have caused a wide range of supernatural phenomena, including poltergeist activity, strange sounds, and physical attacks on members of the family. The entity is also said to have had the ability to speak and was known for its taunts and insults directed at the Bell family. The legend of the Bell Witch began in 1817 on the Bell family farm when their daughter became engaged. The paranormal activity, like strange knocking sounds and things around the house being disturbed, continued for several years. After supposedly threatening to kill the father, John Bell Sr., he was poisoned and the haunting mostly stopped. Today, the Bell Witch is still regarded as a dangerous and malevolent spirit in many communities in Tennessee.
What do you make of the Bell Witch? Because I mean, I've seen a lot of things about the Bell Witch, and I've read a lot of things about it, and I think there was something that happened, especially when you read the kids' reports, what they were saying.
Yeah, and firstly, not to be confused with the Blair Witch.
Oh no,
two separate things. just to clear up any sort of.
Well, the Bell Witch was the one with the close up of the nostril with the snot coming out.
Yeah, big runny nose.
Yeah,
The problem is that it's been classed as the Blair Witch, but the Bell Witch, but it's technically nothing to do with a witch as such, is it? Really, there is no on the stuff I've seen that they don't really they haven't gone into any detail as to who the Bell Witch was. They've just classed it as an evil entity, so it's just a haunting. It's a ghost. But for some reason, they've called it the Bell Witch. And it is just basically on poltergeist activity. But as we know, is unfortunately some people within the States do like to sort of go a bit overboard and everything's demons. Yeah. So you could see that it could be being slightly misconstrued and has come out as the Bell Witch rather than, a ghost.
I've got something for you, and you guys in the chat room and everybody else watching. What do you think to the proposal that spirits and demons are actually not spirits and demons? The majority of spirits, possibly real spirits, but demons and things like that are not actually demons. They're what was that I saw? They think that they're travelers from other realms, bit sort of like aliens.
I think,
but not.
I think you've got all like loads of different theories as to what these things are. And I personally think, on a personal level, I don't think there is any such thing as angels and demons. I just think they are good spirit or bad spirit. That's it. Whether they're so much as they're interdimensional beings, that would be another thing to look at. And as we were talking, was it yesterday we were saying about, it was yesterday, we were talking about Jim Penniston over at Forest. the binary code that he saw has been translated. And nobody's talking about the binary code. And the binary code that he saw in his mind's eye when he touched the side of the UFO turned out to be the same computer language that we use with computers. It was deciphered, and apparently it comes from the year 8100. And it is the future versions of us. So that would mean that whatever it was that landed in Rendlesham Forest used a wormhole to travel from their time to ours.
Well, mathematically, time travel's been proved to be possible. Same as what do you call them? When you zap from one teleportation. Teleportation has been proved, and they've done it with an atom, but they have no idea where the hell they sent the atom. So both those things can be proved and are mathematically possible.
Yeah.
Angels and demons, I think, and we've spoken about this before, haven't we? In regards to all the holy books, when you read all the holy books, their descriptions of angels and demons are always slightly different, but it's always the same things that they do in the same way they appear in this, that, and the other. And I think if you look at the legends of the Anunnaki and stuff like that, it was literally aliens that appeared and had a scrap on our planet. And you had the good guys and the bad guys, and the good guys helped us, so they were the angels, and the bad guys didn't help us and didn't want us to succeed, so they had it in for us, so they were the demons. And I think that's where that comes from.
Yeah, I mean, if you meet somebody, you haven't met them before, and you get to meet somebody, and you haven't known them for long, and all of a sudden they do something that's quite nasty, and you would then turn around as a figure of speech and go, "Oh, you're evil, you are."
Yeah.
Then it could be mistranslated later at a later date that person was evil, that person was nasty. You're a demon. We don't, through figure of speech, that person could be then described as. And maybe back in history, that's how it happened. The word demon materialized through word of mouth. And so anything nasty was classed as demonic.
I think a lot of the stuff that's classed as demonic and angelic, and like, what was it, the Miracle of Fatima? I think a lot of that has been misidentified and misconstrued, and it's something else that we still don't know yet. But I think it's interdimensional or interplanetary, and I've always thought that, like the gods. I think the gods they were real, but I think they were interplanetary, and there's a perfectly legitimate explanation for how they could do the things that they could do. They just we don't have the technology anywhere near what they had, and we still don't. That's why we thought, oh, they're gods. Sorry, I was just watching a butt over there. But you all right there, Wayne? Have you fallen asleep?
Yeah, sorry. Someone's just sent me a really sort of... I'm trying to figure out this message. Someone's just sent me a really bizarre message. Sorry.
How bizarre? How bizarre. Your eyebrows are going to end up as a moustache in a minute. Hey, well, you figure that out. I'll read the next one. Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah, I've got it.
Right.
So I was just, this message just literally flashed up in front of me, and I'm like, what the hell is all this about? And I'm just like, what's going on? And then I've just figured out what this person's talking about. So sorry about that, guys. I do hate being distracted.
Well, Joe's just said here, our language is man-made, and you're right. But again, if you read into the legends, the Sumerian and the Babylonian legends, and about the Anunnaki and everything like that, everyone on Earth spoke the same language. We all spoke the same language. And then when the gods came around, because you had the two warring sides, you had one lot that were benevolent and were like, yeah, we want to see the humans succeed. We mixed our DNA with the local chimps and turned them into local hominids, and we've made them in our image. We want them to succeed. And then you had the other ones who said, they're getting a bit too powerful. One day they're going to be more powerful than us. We don't want them to succeed. And they changed things, and they said, you're not going to have the same language. You're not going to be able to understand each other. And they made all the different places have different languages and dialects and stuff. So, yeah, it is man-made, but we all used to speak one language.
Yeah, because obviously, originally, when it was Pangea, everybody was on one continent.
That's right.
So there would have been that one language. As the continents spread apart and the people spread apart, new languages would have formed. And we've mentioned this before, that when you look at modern English today, there are words now that being brought forward that have a completely different meaning to what we thought it meant back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Like when the kids go, oh, that's well sick.
Yeah.
And I'm
God,
like,
yeah.
really? Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be a bad thing, not a good thing. But no. So it's that, you know, over the years, the language changes, it alters. The dictionaries change and alter, and the language then alters with it, and so forth. You end up with a whole new language.
Well, look at dinosaur. We were talking about that week before last, wasn't it? Dinosaur.
I can't speak dinosaur.
Shut your face. Dinosaur is a Victorian word, and before that, there was no word for a dinosaur. And all countries, all legends, the word was dragon. And that's totally gnarly, dude. That's where.
Well, yeah, because you look at all the depictions of dinosaurs and dragons in medieval texts.
You winged creature.
They don't look like dinosaurs.
No. George and the Dragon.
Yeah. Even you look at the Chinese and Japanese dragons.
Well, you look at
they don't look like dinosaurs.
No, and you look at megafauna, and Australia had I can't remember what the hell the lizards were. They were like monitor lizards, but they were like 20 foot long, and they had those up until the late 18th century. But there has been recent sightings of these lizards again in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So,
well, you look how big Komodo dragons can get.
Oh God, yeah,
especially in their natural environment.
And they've got that bloody enzymes on their teeth when they bite, haven't they? Causes fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
things.
I think it's same as monitors, isn't it? Monitor lizards. They've got that shit on their mouth as well.
Clean off with a wet wipe.
That's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I mean about words and everything. It all changes. There was no word for dinosaur before the Victorian era. So
well, actually,
it was dragon.
That moved really well into number 4.
It did. Indeed. Which is that one there. All right. Number 4, the Flatwoods Monster, also known as the Braxton County Monster, is a creature from the folklore of West Virginia. Sure, West Virginia, wasn't that in the song? Anyway, according to legend, the monster is tall with glowing green eyes and a spade-shaped head.
Country Road.
The legend of the Flatwoods Monster began in 1952 when a group of people in Braxton County reported seeing a strange object crash land in the woods. When they went to investigate, they encountered the monster, which they said made a hissing noise and gave off a terrible smell. So it could be an ex-in-law or something. The incident quickly gained national attention, and many people came to the area to investigate. While some believe that the sighting was evidence of extraterrestrial life, most speculated that it was a hoax, bless you, or a misidentification of a known animal. Now, I can remember reading a few things about this. There have been sightings down throughout the years, and it has been the sighting of a big lizard, but a lot of the recent sightings have said it's a bipedal lizard. Is it one of the draconians? Because, you know, out of I think there's 40 different races have been recognized of types of aliens. Yeah, exactly, Joe. And there's only sort of like 2 or 3 that are malevolent towards us, and the draconians are one of them. They don't want us about. They don't want us to join the was it Galactic Alliance? They don't want us to join that.
The Galactic Federation. But yeah, I mean, the thing is though, is if it's a cryptoid and it's natural to that area, it's very coincidental that something crashed into the forest at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Very coincidental. And when these people go to find it and to see what it was that crashed, they were then confronted with this monster in the area that the crash had happened. So I'm sorry, but majority of people would have put 2 and 2 together and gone, that's come from up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to say that it hasn't come from Earth in the first place, gone up and over and down. Could it have been a scouting party?
Nah, wrong uniform.
Yeah, they got to build their bivouacs and their campfires.
It was playing with his woggle, but it was the wrong uniform. Ooh. It's like some of the things that we were talking about before. These so-called future boys that come from the future, and I've seen it in so many reports, and there's been military reports and FBI reports and everything that have been have come out, and they've had bits redacted. But in those, they say that a lot of the reptilians come from under the ground, and they are part of the remnants of the Atlanteans, and they all went underground to survive everything, and they're there with their technology, and they want nothing to do with us because all we want to do is fuck the earth up. So they stay down there, and whenever they encounter us, they're like, piss off, I will kill you. So is it them? Is it draconians? Is it an alien? Or is it just some kind of big horny lizard? I don't know.
I don't know, because the way I'm seeing it is we're actually doing them a favour. All this business that's been going on lately about getting rid of fossil fuels, lowering carbon emissions and all this, we're actually doing more damage by lowering the carbon emissions than we are by increasing them. The levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is actually lower than what it was during the last volcanic period.
Actually, yes, I remember reading something about that, yeah.
So, and then what happened after that volcanic period? We had loads of forests and trees and shit was growing everywhere. And it's because photosynthesis relies on CO2. It relies on carbon dioxide. And without that carbon, trees cannot live. If we destroy and lower to 0 carbon, we're going to kill ourselves. That will do the draconians a favour.
As Sarah's just said, no CO2, no plants, no us.
Exactly.
Look at what they're doing to the Amazon, the rainforest and everything.
Yep.
You know.
And then you go things like the ULEZ, when they stand there saying, oh, your car's bad, your car's naughty. Try looking at the underground. The emissions in the underground are higher than on street level. Anyway, we're not talking about conspiracy theories.
No, Francis just had a good thing. She just said, wait till the day when it comes into effect that we can't use plastic cups or polystyrene. Oh, today?
Today.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Don't talk about plastic cups and plastic straws and all that lot. When we take Tamsin down to Rainbows on a Friday, we go to a shop and we buy ourselves a drink and Freddie a carton of juice. And it comes with that stupid paper straw. And that stupid paper straw, the second you go to put it into the top of the carton, it buckles, it bends, it goes, and then as soon as it gets wet, it falls apart.
See, I agree with the plastic straws being got rid of because I've seen the damage it does to aquatic life, you know.
Metal straws.
Yeah.
We have 2 in our car. So if we ever go to McDonald's or a Burger King drive-thru or McDonald's drive-thru or anything else, we get a drink without a straw because we have our own and we can keep reusing it. Problem solved. But anyway,
it's like one thing I'm going to just put out there, and then I'll leave it there because we know we like talking about bobblements. The Mr. Siddiqui McFeety Khan.
Mr. I've got shares in Shell.
Yep. And just all of them. The Prime Minister, the Mayor of London, they're all bloody well in it. They're all making loads and loads of money. They're raking it in. They're ripping everybody off. They're raping the country. We all know it. And now, because they know there's an election going to be coming up, and they now know because they're fucked, they're now saying, "Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to raise the minimum wage to £11 a minimum, and we're going to this, and we're going to that, and we're going." No, fuck you. It's too late. Fuck off. Take them out of the field and get rid of them.
The problem is, though, I think it was Boris's idea for the ULEZ, but Sadiq Khan actually followed it through. Boris was Conservative, Sadiq Khan is Labour. So in my books, don't make no difference. Conservative or Labour, bad as each other. They both need to
they're all
see you later.
It's all just about that now. It's not about helping the people or anything, or actually helping the country. It's just about lining their own pockets.
I think it should be Wayne and Mark for Downing Street.
The Dark Mirror Party. Fuck the rest of them.
Yeah.
Wolfie Smith.
Yeah, no need for greed. The Dark Mirror Party.
That's it. Joe's just got the logo. No need for greed. That'll do.
Yeah. But
we could have all sorts of different people on the different jobs.
The thing is that the small people, we don't stand a chance. You get little victories like I did today. Some of you will know that a while back I got a fixed penalty notice for putting a cigarette out on the floor and picking it up.
Now, we've never heard of this at all.
Some people that follow me do. But after 2 months of trying to have it removed, I finally got it rescinded. They took it back. And I'm like, up yours, City Council. I win, you lose. Up yours. Anyway.
We've spoken about this before. If we ever got into government and I got into high office, I'd tell you what, I would fuck all the corruption and everything. I'd get rid of the whole lot and make it all just fair for everybody.
The thing is, if you've got people in there
and lower their damn wages,
listen to the people,
yeah,
work for the people. They don't have, and one criteria would be they don't have shares in any of the top 100 companies in the UK. So they do not earn money from any other source. It's got to be solely from the job that the public vote them in to do.
Yep.
And they make sure that they log everything they do for their job, for the people. Then it's going to be a lot better, a lot fairer, and they will be getting an honest wage instead of a wage based on corruption.
Yeah.
And the amount of money they get per year for what they do.
No backhanders, no greasing palms, no buying honours, none of that.
Do you think our schools would be much better places if the teachers that are teaching our future generation were to get the same money that they were getting?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, you put MPs on the money we get, they couldn't survive. I'm telling you that now. They could not fucking survive. Anybody out there who's watching us who knows that, if the MPs were put on the money that we get, because we I've got a little part-time job and we don't earn anything from the radio show whatsoever. It's all free. We do it out of the goodness of our hearts. But if you try to get these people on the money that the majority of us make, they wouldn't survive. They'd just be like, oh my God.
They wouldn't, because it would be a culture shock for them. Their lifestyles would completely change.
A whole lot of them can just, excuse my language, they can fuck right off.
They'd stop shopping at Waitrose and start shopping at Aldi.
That's a good idea. I'd have a representative of every major industry, like a doctor or nurse doing health, and you'd have a teacher in charge of education. You'd have somebody who's in the military in charge of the bloody military. Not bloody civvy.
Yeah, we did know. I noticed that someone within the Ministry of Transport, I think it was the commissioner for the East Anglian region, never even driven a lorry or a coach in their life, and yet they were responsible for making decisions as to how people run coach and lorry companies. And you're like, hang on a minute, if you've never touched a lorry, what gives you the right to tell a lorry driver what he can and cannot do? You surely must have experienced that job to be able to quote that job. But no.
And that's the thing. The idiot who's in charge of our country now, look at me, he's the richest prime minister the world's ever had. That tells you everything you need to know. His missus has got shares in the gas giants, and so
she's also got shares in Kiddie Karoo.
Yeah, and they've all been given tax breaks. The whole lot of them have been given tax breaks and easing of this and easing of that since that.
I think everybody should be given tax breaks.
He needs a break, I tell you. Anyway, let's get off that subject.
Number 3.
Down to you. Number 3.
The Wampus cat, or otherwise known as the Cherokee death cat.
Or, for those of you who have cats like myself and Rachel, the choking death cat. The ones that wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's Blossom. Where is she? No.
Or if you're a turtle or a tortoise having a shag, you go.
The Wampus cat, or the Cherokee death cat, also comes from the folklore of Appalachia.
Just one thing, the Cherokee death cat is known as a Cherokee death cat because in the Cherokee Nation, none of the cats can hear, so they have a sign cat that goes around doing this for them. And that's the Cherokee death cat.
Speaking of our Cherokee death cat, it's just moved. It's alive.
Very good at ASMR.
Anyway, according to legend, the Wampus cat is a fearsome creature that roams the forests and mountains of the region, feasting on humans and animals. The Wampus cat is said to be a large cat-like creature with green eyes, razor-sharp claws, and a long, sinuous tail. It is known for its speed and moves quickly through the dense foliage of the forest. The legend of the Wampus cat is believed to have originated with the Cherokee people, who believed the creature was a powerful shapeshifter that could take on the form of a cat or a human. In some versions, the Wampus cat is said to be a cursed woman who was transformed into the creature as punishment for violating a sacred tradition.
See, the Wampus cat and things of its ilk has been mentioned several times, especially on Skinwalker Ranch, because they think, what's going on back there?
Our geriatric cat has... Well, she's old. She's geriatric. In feline terms, she's a geriatric. She's come walking along the draining board, and as she's got halfway along, she slipped off and landed on the floor.
That's not funny.
She landed on all fours, so she's still got a balance. That's a good thing.
Leave my Blossom alone.
I really thought that your mistress was going to turn around on live on air and say, "Leave my pussy alone," and I would have just wet myself laughing. Sorry. Oh, Mr. Slocum! Oh, got to go home to my pussy. Yes, the cat. You can go now. Go away. A lot of the legends say skinwalkers, and as Eric's just said in there, skinwalkers. I think skinwalkers because they do so many different things and they use so many different herbs and spices in their things that they see things, they hear things, and why can't things turn into other things?
Exactly. I mean, if you look at the likes, so I know this it seems a bit cliche really to say it, but when you look at the Curse of Skinwalker Ranch, you know, that was all about originally, and they talk about UFOs and the aliens, but they haven't really sort of gone so much into the history behind Skinwalker Ranch. No. And they delved into it a little bit in the first series, but when you go right back in Skinwalker's history, it's between two native tribes. One enslaved the other, and in the end, the other cursed the other tribe.
That's right.
And they were using whatever spiritual influence they could to get one over the other.
Yeah.
So it's not a surprise that a lot of the creatures or ghosts or whatever that we've mentioned in this top 10 have got Native American backgrounds.
Yeah.
It will be riddled with it. Well, but you'd find most of the American legends will have some roots in Native American history.
I've always said when it comes to things, you know, like all the legends of things, listen to the Native Americans because they are at one with nature. They fucking know their onions and they know exactly what they're talking about. And they've been treated like shit for so long. And it's still...
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they've been treated like that for so long, because they know the truth.
Oh, I just realised Rachel's got Native American in her ancestry. The surname Nellis is what does it mean in? It's Canadian Indians. Yeah, it means no strife. She's got. That means you're my little Hiawatha.
Yes. So you've got to listen to me because I've been through shit and I know stuff.
There you go. I got Pocahontas here.
I don't want to know what you poke. Thank you very much.
Aye. Oh, thank you.
Anyway, is it me with number 2? No, it's not. It's you with number 2.
The Grafton Monster. Right. In at number 2, the Grafton Monster is a creature from the folklore of West Virginia. According to legend, the Grafton Monster is a large bipedal creature that roams the forests and hills near the town of Grafton. The creature is said to be between 7 and 10 foot tall, with a muscular build and slick body similar to a seal. It makes a whistling sound that some suspect is a spaceship. I've heard of whistling monsters before, never whistling monsters with whistling spaceships.
I thought you got that from parachuting naked.
That was just me butthole. That's what it was. Depending on who you listen to, do you know what? If me and the missus went naked parachute jumping, you just hear blub, 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 blub.
You'd hear a full orchestra.
That's my balls flapping in the breeze. Depending on who you listen to, it might not even have a head. I'm trying to think what that thing was. I'll remember in a minute. The legend of the Grafton Monster began in the 1960s when several sightings of the creature were reported in the area. While some believe that the monster is a misidentified bear or other animal, others believe that it's a true cryptid. A previously undiscovered species of creature, and its legend continues to be passed down through West Virginia folklore to this day, and many people in the region still believe that the creature is lurking in the forests and hills around Grafton. There is a monster from legend, and I'm trying to remember for the life of me remember its name, and it's basically a big human, and the head's down here, the face is down here. And I can't remember. It's like a durian or something like that. And I can't remember for the life of me what the name of it is. But it is in legends and myths of various cultures. This thing with its head. It's on the head's on the chest. I can't remember what it was called. But that's what that sounds like to me. It doesn't help not knowing the name, I realise. But I will find out. What the hell is it called? Yes, I'm going to Google.
Well, I mean, again, it goes back into folklore. So, of course, folklore, you're going back quite a distance, and you'll probably find that somewhere along the line, it would end up in native Indian folklore.
Well, Gollum was not a real creature. A golem. A golem. Sorry, yeah. A golem. Yeah, no. A golem was a Jewish legend. Oh, is he back? He's back. A golem is from Jewish legend, and they used to build it and make it out of clay, and they put a chem in its head with the holy words written on it that it had to abide to.
Yes,
but
not as in my precious.
Yes, but it's a golem had a head. I'll find out what it is. Hang on.
You're bad hobbitses.
Fuck's sake, now everybody's gone, my precious.
Steal your apple. Your master, not me.
Right, it's either called the Mela or a Blemye. Hang on, see if I can get this picture. There it is, with the head in its chest.
Oh, lovely.
That's what that reminds me of.
It's the necklace beast. Yeah, very, very similar.
And there's also this picture here, but it's an Indian. Oh no, Indian and African, the Blemye. But it does look like the Blemye is trying to shit on the people beneath it.
Yeah.
It's running gambling for the woods going. I think that's what it is. Because the description of it sounds just like that. Yeah. Help yourself, have a look. That's what I reckon it is anyway. What do you guys say? Thank you. Sarah knows what it is. I blame you. I blame you. I blame you.
Blame me, what for?
I do not know. Hello, my friend.
I'm innocent. I did not do nothing.
I have $100 million to put in your bank account.
Very nice. Yip smash.
I'm a Nigerian general. Do you reckon it's got his head down there? Because some big bastard came along and went, fuck off, and his head went, boom.
Yeah. You just punched him in the head.
And then it looked up and went, I blame you for that.
It's either that or he went out and he got completely plastered and he went full steam ahead and went headfirst into a wall.
I tell you what, have you seen the latest John Wick?
Yes.
You know the big fat fellow he scraps?
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's Gary. I can't remember the actor's name. He's a good martial artist. It's when he lands on the steps and you see his head go, king. That's how you make him. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyway.
Yes.
And finally, in at number 1, the Snallygaster. Weird creature. The Snallygaster is another creature from folklore of Maryland. The Snallygaster is a fearsome creature with a reptilian body, bird-like wings, and a long, sharp beak. It is said to have a ferocious appetite and prey on livestock and people. The legend of the Snallygaster dates back to the early 1700s when German settlers in the region reported sightings of a winged creature that they called the Schnellergeist, meaning quick spirit. The legend evolved over time and the creature became known as the Snallygaster. In early 20th century, the Snallygaster became the subject of a media frenzy, with newspapers reporting sightings of the creature and offering rewards for its capture. Despite the hype, however, the Snallygaster was never caught or proven to exist.
There was a really shit horror film done in the 70s, really shit B budget movie called Q the Winged Serpent. Now, Q the Winged Serpent was based on the legend of the Snallygaster. And the Snallygaster, over the years, you know, there's been photos of the American Civil War with guys with fucking pterodactyls and stuff. They think that the pterodactyls and the thunderbirds that everybody's been that they saw and the Native Americans were talking about was actually what this Snallygaster was. It was like a remnant of a pterodactyl or something. What do you reckon?
Well, the problem is they've said a reptilian body, bird-like wings, and a long, sharp beak. Are they obviously forgetting that birds evolved from lizards in the first place?
Yeah, all dinosaurs did.
So, of course, all birds were related to dinosaurs. They still have scales on, the lizard skin, the scales underneath the feathers on the legs. So they've still got partly that reptilian form still there. Evolution hasn't got rid of that bit. So they've still got the evidence of their reptilian ancestry. So who's to say that what these people have been seeing have just been I don't know, maybe it could have been a dodo they saw, because no one had ever seen a dodo before. They didn't know what it looked like until someone actually found a dead one. Do you get what I mean? If they haven't discovered a bird before, it's like the first person that discovered the peacock. They would have looked at it and gone, what the flying hell was that?
You know why peacocks are called peacocks, don't you?
Because they got small willies?
No. They actually saw one standing against the wall having a piss, and then they were, oh, peacock.
I'll tell you, we a few years back, we had a friend of ours in our darts team was deaf, and nobody knew sign language, and she knew a fair bit of lip reading. But trying to explain to her what a peacock was, we tried our best to say it as properly as possible.
Yeah.
So that she would understand it. She still didn't know. And in the end, we were going pee and then pointing down to our private parts. So we had to literally break it down to and luckily the landlady came out with some gammon and eggs. And it came with a side order of peas. So we asked the landlady if we could have a pea and go pea cock.
So basically, for
And she
years,
went,
your friends thought you had a tiny
yes.
penis.
I went like, oh my word. And it took us literally an hour and a half to explain what peacock was. It was, oh. We did in the end, we nicked a P off of this guy's gammon and chips for the P and then pointed down below. That was the only way we could actually get it through, but it took us an hour and a half to say the word
went to
peacock.
Love Honey, bought one of these strap-ons that sticks to the washing machine door and got a peel out.
Oh, it was quite funny, and we all laughed about it, including the lady that was deaf. But never want to go through that again. It was embarrassing. All right, we've all got to learn some Makaton somewhere along the line.
What I think about the smelly gaster is the smelly gaster. Eric, you twat. He said smelly gaster. Smelly gaster or whatever the frick it is.
Snallygaster.
We've spoken about this before. There's legends from the Congo, and I think it was Central and Eastern Africa, where there's supposed to be places where there's still dinosaurs to this day, and there's supposed to be places where either the locals say, "Don't go in there, do not go in there, you won't come out." And the
thing is,
you know,
when you go back to the 1700s, we're talking 300 years ago. Now, 300 years ago, the United States wasn't all completely explored. There would have been areas of the United States that weren't covered by exploration.
Well, there's still parts of it now that haven't been.
So it could have quite possibly have been that these German settlers have had experience going somewhere else. So they could have been to places like North Africa, Asia, and seen bizarre, strange creatures. And then they've gone, we'll settle in America. And they've gone to America. They've gone to this area that hasn't really been explored properly. And they've seen a similar strange bird. And they've gone, Snallygaster. Well, originally, Schnellergeist.
Schnell! I saw it when I was in my little tank, yes?
The bloody thing, it flew straight at me.
My name is Hans. I am the German man in black. I have ways of making you talk. Soft cushion, comfy chair, and a big willy.
Please look in the light.
So,
and this is Manfred. He helps me. Make sure you spit in your hand first next time.
Was me?
I was going to say, what we'll do. I've just seen another one here.
So have I. 10 things you may not know about mythical creatures.
I've not seen that one. I was going to say more macabre folktales from around the world, or the famous hags and witches of legend.
Say that again.
The 10 creepy stories. No. Macabre folktales from around the world, or 10 of the most famous hags and witches of legend.
Ooh, I think the macabre sounds better.
Macabre, right?
Yes.
Let me just. Come on, you bastard! Get on there. Right. Let me send this to you, and we can at least read a couple out, and then we can carry on with it next.
10 engrossing facts about cannibalism.
Oh, go on, then. Tell us a fact about cannibalism.
I wouldn't know. I've just got, for some unknown reason, that won't come up on mine. It just comes up more great lists, and I thought, oh, I'll have a look at this, and then it's just gone completely pear-shaped and don't want to load.
You got it?
I've got the one you just sent me,
Yeah.
but for some unknown reason, that won't open either. Hang on. What's going on?
The top one is called Bloody Bones and Raw Head. I'm not even going to go down that road. No. It said Raw Head. I was going to go with a few jokes. I won't. I'll be nice. Yes.
Oh. My friend Mr. Spurrier has moved out of Vegas and gone to Oklahoma. Sorry, you didn't really need to know that. Where are we? Right, there we go. You're going to load now. Hey.
Raw Head and a full load. Jesus, Wayne, you're just giving them to me, aren't you? Have you got it?
Yeah.
All right.
Why am I getting Ghost Rider?
Yeah, in it. I'll let you read out the top one. Number 10.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bloody Bones and Raw Head.
Ooh.
I made Ellen laugh.
I heard that. Did you hear that? He said raw head, and all I heard was stop it.
Shall I actually read the little prefix bit before it as well? Because that's
Yeah. Why not?
She's disgusted. She's walked out. Folklore is woven into the fabric of most countries around the world. There are light-hearted tales, romantic ones, holiday tales, war stories, and more, all told with great gusto around dinner tables that host generations of the same families, or on a Sunday night on Spookanori Live. However, there is also a very dark side to folklore, as evidenced by the entries on this list. The following tales aren't of the heartwarming, wholesome variety, and they're hardly dinner table fare. They certainly don't come off as something to tell to wide-eyed children. Unless you're sick and twisted like me. So, from number 1, or number 10 even on the list, Bloody Bones and Raw Head. Rah. From the southern United States comes the chilling tale of Bloody Bones, a dancing headless skeleton, and Raw Head, a skull stripped of its skin. As is the case with most folk tales, there are quite a few versions of this one, including one that states these two monsters come out in the dark of night looking for naughty children. Another version has it that these two creatures are part of the same monster. They even have their own rhyme. Raw Head and Bloody Bones steals naughty children from their homes, takes them to his dirty den, and they are never seen again.
Why does he take them to EastEnders? Why is he taking them to an EastEnders character?
Taking them to Dirty Den, he's selling them off, isn't he, in Brazil?
But this was invented by
I mean,
Yeah.
to me, that would seem to me that
Like
that
Krampus,
is
isn't it?
something that a parent would tell a child to get them
That's
to
just
behave.
what you said. That's just what Rachel said.
You know, oh, you don't want to do that, or Bloody Bones and Raw Head's going to come and get you and take you away.
And if I remember rightly, I'm sure I've heard the legend before, and I think it started off with the legend of a particular pirate that landed near the area. Don't quote me on that, but I'm sure it was, because it really rings a bell from something to do with that. I'll have a look. I'm sure that's where it started.
To me, that's what it definitely sounds like. It's like telling your child, oh, you've got to behave, or Father Christmas won't bring you any presents.
Yeah, like Krampus. You know, you guys mock up Krampus is going to come along and you're done.
Yep. The evil twin of Father Christmas. All the good kids get Christmas presents from Father Christmas. All the bad kids get punished by Krampus. Yeah, he's come to my house a few times. Ooh, go on, then I'll let you say this one.
We'll do this one, and then we'll stop it there. There's... Where is it? Let me just read where this is. Paraguay. So that would be Chasi Khater. Well, they don't say J. They don't say J. It's Ch.
Some strepsils will cure that, Mark.
Yeah. Chasi Khater. Or Jazzy Jater. Parents use many tactics to get their children to behave, eat all their food, take a nap, go to bed, and so on, as we've just said. Some involve treats for their good behavior, while others involve scary tales to scare the shit out of them so they behave. One of these creepy stories comes from Paraguay. It is said that a creature by the name of roams the streets during siesta time in search of children who wish to continue playing outside instead of taking a nap. Looks like a child himself and has long, light-coloured hair. He's also invisible to adults, appearing only to naughty children who disobey the siesta rules. He lures these kids away and they're never seen again. And another version of this mythical tale says that Hasi Hater is not a child, but rather a small man, where's my strong arm, muscly paper boy, who feeds children fruit and honey before taking them prisoner and scooping out their eyes so they can't find their way back. Lovely! Lovely!
Don't know what's going on here. My phone's freaking out big time.
Scooping out their eyes. It sounds like Herbert the Pervert going off on one, doesn't it?
But again, it is the age-old do as you're told or this will happen.
That's what it sounds like. I can remember the amount of crap my mum used to say to me. If you do that, this is going to happen. If you do that, Jimmy Savile will come and get you. You know, so. Yeah. I don't know. Well, there you go. Now you know what we're going to be doing in the next list. We're going to be talking about strange folkloric legends from around the world. If you guys like these lists, we'll carry on doing these for a while. We'll mix it in with the odd guest and this and the other. But if that's just what you like, then yeah. Oh, we are going to be having a website very soon. The website's up. I've just got to get it all sorted and pictures up and everything. And hopefully things will go from there, and we may start doing things to sell T-shirts and this, that, and the other. And if you want to send any of us a message, or you've seen any UFOs, you've photographed any, you've filmed any, or any other things scripted, please drop either myself or Wayne a line. Drop us a line. Or send an email to the Dark Mirror Radio Show at yahoo.com. And we'll get to it. But yeah, please like us, share us, beat us, use us, abuse us, but like the show. Actually, don't beat me. Wayne likes that sort of thing, so do it to him. But yeah, if you see anything, remember, keep your eyes to the skies. If you see it, tell us. Wayne, what are you up to? What you got coming up? Plug your show. Come on.
Well, we just had the live premiere of Truth Beyond Paranormal on YouTube. A very jaw-dropping 2.5 hour episode, which was pretty cool. And every Sunday night we have, or I have, at 9:30, 10 o'clock around that area, Spookanori Live, which is now into its 4th or 5th week. Which has been going really well. And we have started with the first 3 chapters of my first publication, which was a Whistle from the Hill, which went really well. So next week at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I will be reading the second part of A Whistle from the Hill on the Wayne Seaven Presents Spookanori group.
And I think now and again we should really delve into conspiracy theories because people love that. Especially stuff about the Bobberments.
I'll tell you about conspiracy theories. I think there's one going on with this Facebook thing, because on the chat on my iPad, which is recording me and you, so on and so forth, I'm getting the chat. On my mobile phone, it stopped after Joe's comment about no need for greed.
You have to keep refreshing it. It does it on mine as well. It
I
just
can't.
stops.
I've been trying to.
Oh.
I've gone onto the Dark Mirror Show's feed, and it comes up on there, and it's the same thing again.
No need for greed. Who have we pissed off this time?
Comments.
It has, because normally you can just refresh it and it'll come up. Were we talking about the Bobberments again? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Keep watching the Dark Mirror Radio Show because we're sure to piss somebody off.
We've got one person watching as well.
No, we've got more than that.
Now it's gone up to 2.
No, we've got more than that. There's a lot more people in the chat room now.
I've got a lot of likes and hearts coming up, but it's coming up as only 2 people are watching. And Joe's comment, no need for greed, was the last comment in there.
Yeah, it stopped at that. But in the StreamYard, all the comments are there. We can see everybody's. We can see all your comments that you've been saying. So don't worry, it's all here in the StreamYard. But on the Facebook one, it stopped. So obviously, somebody in Facebook doesn't like what we were saying. Bless.
Right.
Yeah, Sarah's still there. See, still here. So we can see you. We can see your comments, but in the Facebook ones, as I say, they've put the kibosh on it and stopped it because they're assholes. Anyway, on that note, us from the Dark Mirror Radio Show. We've actually got the same T-shirt on today. I'm going to bugger off because I need a pee, and then I have got to go to bed because I've got work tomorrow.
Yes, I've got to go and finish off playing Blockbusters as well.
You need a pee, Bob.
Yes.
And on that note, I shall say from Wayne and myself, thank you ever so much for watching us, and enjoy whoever's watching it in the week. I hope you enjoy it. And as I say, remember, if you see anything, tell us. Keep your eyes to the skies and let us know what you see. And on that note, we will see you next Monday back at 9:30, and onwards and upwards for the Dark Mirror Radio Show as well. We've got things in the cooking away that are going to be coming up in the future. Very good stuff. We were talking about it yesterday. So on that note, it's bye-bye from me. Bye-bye for him. It's bye-bye from my other half, Rachel. Say bye-bye, Rachel.
Bye.
No, you got to say bye, Rachel.
Bye, Rachel.
There you go. And yeah, it was a disembodied hand. Fucking wasn't mine, was it? Right. See you later, guys. Thank you for joining us in the chat room.
Bye all.
I'm straight, but thank you. Right. See you later, guys.